Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to this journey in the past. We're going to back in the year 1987 and we will discover the most important events in my year of birth. So I hope you enjoy it. Take a seat and don't get distracted. At the beginning of this year, more than 3,000 students invaded Tiananmen Square, the main square in Beijing, to demand the government for the democratic reforms and freedom of the press. The university students had challenged in the morning the prohibitions decreed by the authorities to put an end to the protest movement they had started. And now, let's move on to good news. Aretha Franklin became the first woman to enter the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. The soul singer, R&B, and gospel is one of the most influential artists in the contemporary music. In the mid-1960s, she consolidated herself as the family star of soul, something that she used in favor of the racial rights in the United States, being an influential element within the racial movement and women's liberation. To continue, the Soviet Union launches the Soyuz TM-2, a spacecraft with two cosmonauts on board, Yuri Viktorovich Romanenko and Alexander Ivanovich Lavenky, whose goal is to launch a permanent space station. For any lover of the video game, this year also releases the video games consoles. This is the case of the company Atari, who launched their new console Atari S-Game System. Based on Atari X microcomputer, the X is compatible with the software library of the 8-bit Atari family machines. Additionally, this console is also able to operate as a complete computer, adding various peripherals such as a keyboard specially designed for this purpose. In this year, Windows 2.0 born was an operating system developed by Microsoft with a 16-bit graphical user interface, which was released on December 9 in 1987 and is the successor to Microsoft Windows 1.0. Microsoft Windows 2.0 was continued with the subsequent edition of Microsoft Windows 286 and Microsoft Windows 386, who in turn were replaced by Microsoft Windows 3.0 in May 1990. Who doesn't know this popular game? Well, let me tell you that also this year saw the birth of one of the most important video game sagas in the video game industry. Street Fighter is a series of fighting video games created by the Japanese company Capcom. The first title, Street Fighter, appeared in the year 1987 in arcade and enjoyed a certain popularity. But it was its continuation, Street Fighter II, which provoked a true revolution and provoked the boom of the fighting games in arcade. The film industry also had its good releases, as in the case of RoboCop. RoboCop is an American film science fiction and action genre directed by Paul Verhoeven. The film, which was a hit show, gave a Verhoeven recognition in Hollywood. 1987, it was the year that the Simpsons short films appeared for the first time. Good Night is the first short film from the animated television series The Simpsons that appeared in the Tracy Ullman Show. It was released on April 19 in the United States. 1987, it was a good year for the music. Appetite for Destruction is the debut album of the American hard rock band Guns N' Roses. Was published on July 21. It's the best-selling debut album in the history of rock with more than 32 million copies sold worldwide.